they're getting overwhelmed. Lots of, enemies coming in. They're outnumbered. They're getting killed. And at any friggin' time, Cortana could have controlled the ship, come down, and given them air support, which happens at the end. Why didn't you lead with that, you retards? Welcome back to The Watch. And, okay, Halo Episode 9.
Yep. You know what? Look, I'm going to have to say it. I really didn't enjoy this series that much.
Oh, really?
Wasn't a fan, I got to say. Wasn't a fan.
Since when?
Look, I kind of like the games. They're pretty good, right? Like,
You played the games?
I play the games a little bit here and there.
There's games?
I mean, the showrunners didn't know it, so I understand why, you know.
Oh, so they based the games off the show?
No. They based the show off of a fever dream or maybe an acid trip that they had, but I don't know what it was.
I'm not sure they got an artificial intelligence to write the plot of this thing.
Yeah, because it made itself the hero. Hello, I am Skynet. Here's my story.
All right, we need to talk about that because that was the worst part in this episode by far, and I bet the writers thought it was the coolest part, where Cortana is a better Master Chief than Master Chief, essentially.
Yep. The suit will be perfect when it fits a woman.
And so it was so dumb on what was going on. And it was also pretty obvious when they led towards it. And I think I said, they're going to have Cortana take over him. And then when she does and she starts kicking butt everyone, she's like headshotting.
Yeah, she does it with like the weakest weapons that they have in the game.
What a way to just make Master Chief look like a pathetic, and that's what he's been through the show. But then something really interesting happens. Master Chief, or John, seems to have died, and now he's far more silent, and all you see is the helmet.
Well, his full name is John Halo, and John Halo has been dead for at least 11 years.
Because they spent this entire season trying to explore this character, have him have like a, emotional discovery of his past and everything like that. And then comes this episode. Look, this is only implications. We don't know what'll happen in Season 2. Season 2, he might just Cortana, I brought him back, and then we get Master Chief's back. But the amount of backlash this show has been getting for how astronomically bad the character writing is, how emotional they made Master Chief and everything like that, we even said you could just pretend this season didn't exist, and if you started Season 2 with cool Master Chief, they discover the Halo and do it the way they want, you might be able to salvage something out of this dumpster fire. And I'm wondering if there might actually be some, I don't know if this was pre-planned. If this was pre-planned, it's the dumbest pre-planned origin story for Master Chief you would have ever seen.
They fired the two
They did fire the writers, though.
Before it even came out.
So, and I wonder if this was just like, this character, John, is an absolute crapfest. No one likes him, and the creators have like, yeah, let's just kill him. And we'll have his brain. He becomes like his merged mesh between Cortana and John.
No, look, I'll tell you why they did that, and it's going to be a conspiracy theory. It's transhumanist propaganda. They love this stuff, right? And I could go into why, but I won't. But no, Shad, this was all written out as a single Season 1 script, and then they made it.
I wonder, because if
they didn't make it week by week,
but
it's not the 80s.
What's weird is like this episode, if they've just basically, if this is where they're going, they've killed off John. Yep. Everything that happens in this season doesn't matter. And if that was their plan, what are they smoking?
Something stronger than I ever did. They
were trying so hard to get you invested into John, his backstory, and he was like, we'll have a reckoning or something when he finds out about, kidnapped as a child, everything. And it looks like now they're just thrown all out the window. He's dead. He's he looks like a mute now. I'm expecting that it's going to be only a portion of his person comes back after this rewriting thing that Cortana did. And so you're only going to get a couple of lines here and there, and it's going to become the mostly silent Master Chief.
I was really scared at the very end when it was just him and his face. They're going to have the original voice actor be like, say something. I'm glad it didn't, because had they done that, I would have gone in an Oz rage of just like, how could they?
They
The
don't
fact that he's
deserve-
mute, I'm okay with, but if they bring back the original voice actor for this and then try to, puppet it
Yeah.
that way.
On the other side of rage, Nathan, there is peace, and that's what I've reached at this moment.
Well, see, other things, right, that seems disconnected from the rest of the season. There is no... I'm glad, but it's also then why the hell did we go on this huge arc of Quan? The whole Quan bullcrap. She's gone. Good, glad. Again, I wonder if they had a pre-planned resolution where Quan... They connected, and then everyone hates Quan so much, they're like, cut it from the entire episode.
He didn't even seem to care.
I don't call her Quan.
I know what you...
Do you know what I call her?
Yes.
I call her...
There's a T at the end.
I call her Quan.
You didn't need to say it. I think
I
people...
did.
It's like spelling it out for the audience. They're not stupid. They got it. Don't be like the writers.
Don't yell at me, man.
So, like, really, I really wonder if this is an attempt at a course correction, that they had things in this episode that they cut.
They might have course corrected towards the end after the guys left.
It doesn't redeem the dumpster fire. This show is absolute crap.
But
Don't get me
Shad,
wrong.
this was all written out to happen by these dude. This was written down by these
If
people.
it is, again, it's the dumbest plan ever. We'll set up this Quan arc, which everyone hates, and then ignore it and pretend it doesn't have... Like, to me, that has to be a course correction. Like, otherwise, why would they have devoted so much time?
Shad, I can prove that it's my way of events because they literally wrote and made the show.
Well,
so
let
there
me
you
know-
go.
No, because they can do re-edits before the next episode release after the...
Yeah, but to do a complete rehaul of the effects and all that, they can't.
Well, the effects were just crap.
Yeah.
It seems like it was rushed.
But considering last week they showed the trailer for the next episode, so what they did it, how long in advance is the question.
Maybe.
And we saw them jump out of the back of the thing in the trailer, so like we've seen tons of footage from that episode in the trailer.
Maybe, but that's easy to marry in, especially if you cut any Quan in connection that they did. Look, I could be wrong. I'm just getting... This is my impression, all right? I'm getting vibes, because it's such... It really feels like they're trying to set up a course correction.
Well, thank you for putting it at the very end of the season.
Oh, no, it's retarded. What is going on?
They had one
And
year
it
to make
doesn't
this.
redeem the episode. The episode is stupid. Like, the whole Cortana being a better master thing, it's just so dumb. And there were many just stupid things in this fight. Like, the biggest, unbelievable, what the friggin' hell. They're getting overwhelmed. Lots of, enemies coming in. They're outnumbered. They're getting killed. And at any friggin' time, Cortana could have controlled the ship, come down, and given them air support, which happens at the end. Why didn't you lead with that, you retards?
Well, she needed Chief to be dead. And
To control the ship? No, she's taking control of things without needing...
No, to control his body. This was all a ploy to get control of his body.
No, but see, this is so... So was that the ploy? Was this Cortana's thing? She didn't get control of the thing to help save their lives and fight off the bad guys, so they'll get in a position where they're almost dead, and Master Cheeks would willingly give his body over to Cortana.
Yep.
Wow, that's a justifiable reading of this episode.
Yep, because that's a common thing with AI.
Holy crap! Cortana betrayed them. She could have saved him at any time.
Yep.
Kill me.
Okay, be right back. I'll get a sword.
Oh my goodness. Like, that, there's no justification, there's no logic to explain this. Cortana could have saved them at any time by just bringing the ship down and controlling it. She didn't need Master Chief to be dead to take control of a vehicle, which we saw in the previous episode. This is indefensible. This is an indefensible, gaping, chasmic-sized plot hole, which is only explained by Cortana wanting them to die.
Yep. Also, why don't the Covenant have their own ships?
I know. Well, look, I will give them that. The line, why protect a planet you think no human could ever find?
No, that's the dumbest thing ever. Okay, then why are they protecting Reach? Covenant haven't found that. Why are they protecting Earth? Covenant haven't found that. It's a military. You take
Look, I get what you're saying.
precautions.
I get what you're saying. I think it is more defensible if you have something that you think is so well hidden. You don't need to defend it. Like, the best defense is something that you'd never find in the first place.
Yeah.
The justification of how it's hidden is retarded. The justification of how they find it is retarded. And the way that they get there is mega retarded. But if you could justify it and have
But
like
it's justified by the fact that we're pretty sure that no one would find
if you have a super hidden, okay, I could give them that you don't need massive defenses if you
vaults
can go and
are
never find it.
super hidden doesn't change the fact that they're encased in tons of metal and possible.
I do this on Conan Exiles. I hide stuff and I don't need to put thralls to defend or anything like that because if it's hidden well, you don't need to defend it.
Yeah, but this is a military. This is a.
It's not actually a military. It's a sacred, holy planet where they do rituals on. We don't know.
It's
what
literally the military. The hierarchs, the
They had dudes with
prophets.
guns.
Yeah, they do with guns everywhere.
Well,
how'd they get there?
Okay, look. Let us know in the comments. I'm willing to concede on this, depending on how significant it is and how vulnerable. How
It's
easy
a
it is to
military,
find.
and it's like their holy place apparently.
Okay. Perhaps. All right?
No, not perhaps. This is
I'm not
certainty.
hung up because I still think the logic of if something is so well hidden. Look. Let us know in the comments, but let's talk about the bullcrap of finding it.
Oh yeah.
Because this is like crucial to the episode. She's the girl steals the artifacts. Really, just because it's a magical bullcrap device. It disabled the entire thing. Everyone's running around not doing, and she just walks off with it. It's pretty. Oh no, she had the little one. They already had the big one. Okay, so now they need to find her, and it's really bad. Like the planet, she told us it's in this region of space,
And it wasn't there when they checked. But then he's like, give us
trust-
the gravitational data.
No, not even like, it's obvious she was lying. She's a spy that betrayed us. Like, no, she wasn't lying. She was a point where she was telling the truth. But she told them that information of the location before she fell in love with him. This was when she was legitimately, I want to kill everyone. I need to pretend to... And so the show is actually saying she legitimately gave the location of one of the most holy important sites for the Covenant as part of the, like, if it was so well hidden no one would ever find it, she would have just said some bullcrap location which they wouldn't have found. But this episode actually confirms that there is something legitimately there, and she told them before she even hooked up with Chief and when she actually wanted to be this. Wow, it's retarded. Like, everything in this show is bad.
Yeah. Except, just if they didn't expect to find the planet, I mean.
There was a cool moment in this episode. One cool moment, I think, when gun grease girl was chasing the ship and jumped on the ship. That was a cool sequence.
They shouldn't run that fast or jump that high.
They're obviously making him super. Oh, the fact that she survived that explosion.
The funny thing, though, right, is that she runs really fast in that segment, but then when she chases Halsey later, she can't catch up to her.
Yeah.
This show
A bit
is
inconsistent
There was
there.
a table in the way.
Yeah. Oh no, you can't jump over the table.
This show is so bad.
Also, she was inside that ship when it, collided into the ground, right? Big explosion, crushed by tons of metal, concrete, everything like
she
that.
should be dead.
But that little Covenant hand grenade just kills a Spartan.
There's no consistency at all.
Yeah.
You are absolutely right, Oz. You are that's a great point to bring up. Oh my goodness, this
Job.
good job.
Thanks. I'm trying,
This show is so crap. Okay, so all that stupid, convoluted, contradictory bullcrap of actually she did give correct information. There's something hidden, and then Cheeks, who's not a scientist, super knowledgeable person who's like spatial cartography or anything like that. They have had resource devoted to scouring
Literally
this part of space.
And what's his name? Captain Keyes gave us a number of how many people. He said 150 people. I got 150 people looking for this planet.
And then
They found nothing.
Cheeks, he says one thing. Let's check the gravitational something data.
He's like, Cortana, give us the gravitational data. And she's like, blah, 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 it's here.
No one looked at this. And then Cortana says, because of the gravitational distortions, it wouldn't even appear as a planet. It would appear as a scattering of stars. Oh, only Cortana could figure out that gravitational waves?
Gravitational lensing, yeah.
I have an itchy nose.
Oh, I thought you were saying I have something on my nose. I'm like, what?
I was itching my
You were
nose.
looking at me. You're like,
It's okay.
what am I supposed to take from that?
You were talking. I was listening.
Eye contact, listening.
Gosh. Well,
This show's giving me an allergic reaction.
oh my goodness, this show's bad. And then, yeah, she's just like, it'll be like this. It's so dumb. The writers latch onto the most basic sci-fi concepts, astronomical phenomena, and they just they think this is big brain stuff. When you learn about this stuff on such basic things, when you learn about space, it's like gravity can distort, light. Right? Like, this is real basic stuff. But they're acting like only a super powerful, smart AI would actually consider that. And
He's the one who told her to look.
Yep.
So dumb.
Because a room full of 150 highly trained scientists who all, adept in space travel didn't think, maybe there's, something distorting our image of this system.
They were like, gravity.
How does it work?
And another example of the writers, like, thinking they're big brain for learning the most basic stuff of, like, science fiction, but also space. What's the thing for...
Goldilocks zone.
No, but it's a name for studying the stars?
Astrology.
Astrology, yeah. Basics things in astrology, right? They, like, the thing of how they get to the planet, where they go through the gravitational distortion, like, that is just unbelievably
Literally
dumb.
flew through a black hole. Apparently.
That's essential, because they bring in a spaghettification. That is a specific term used for when gravitational waves are so strong that even 1 meter in front of you, the gravity is, like, insanely stronger than when you're behind, and it stretches you out as you approach the center of gravity. So you only get that level of gravitational distortion near a friggin' black hole. And they're trying to say that there was this level of gravitational distortion, so they're flying near a black hole, but they don't say it's near a black hole. It's just nonsense. And they just wanted gravitational distortion ripping apart their ship. It's like, if you're doing proper sci-fi, you need to justify that with something actually fits what's happening. Spaghettification, holy crap! The only way to justify is near a black hole, but you're not near a black hole, obviously.
Or an Italian restaurant.
Because, spaghetti, I get it.
Spaghetti.
And the meatballs are planets? What's the sauce? What's the sauce?
So, like I said, it really feels like it's like, they look up gravity, strong spaghettification, we'll do that. And without justifying what could possibly... what is causing the gravitational distortions? Is it just space magic? But no, they want a scene of difficult to get through...
The reason is plot.
Yeah, they just...
Planet had plot armor.
They wanted a moment, drama, that is difficult to... They have to go through something difficult to... And they don't do anything special to overcome it.
It didn't even seem difficult.
In actual fact, they almost overcome it through magic.
They just flew through it.
Where they end up going blind. Cortana is the only one who can tell them how to traverse it. Then, because of the gravitational sources, they can't talk with Cortana. Master Chief is there, and it's just... Turn left. Why? Because reason. He just knows how to traverse this.
Cortana was controlling when that happened, I'm pretty sure.
That wasn't confirmed.
No, because he got knocked out. You saw him... When you experience gravitational force, G-force, right? Blood goes to the back of the head, you black out.
Yeah, but they're Spartans and everyone else was conscious.
I'm pretty sure the black dude blacked out.
No, I think they were all conscious.
Well, then
he told her to turn and then he turned.
Yeah, it was magic. He just said turn because he felt the way.
I'd like to watch that scene again to confirm.
Yeah, we'll go when we're going.
I'm pretty sure I saw his eyes roll when he came to.
I'm pretty sure this was just magic. What, you think the writers are not this bad to just do that? Also?
Well, to be fair, they did have the hidden planet thing. That makes sense. Yeah.
Also, I was going to say, when knocking someone out or unconsciousness, I don't think Cortana could take control of them, like, realistically, because you're unconscious because your body's failed.
But she did at the end, though, when he died.
Yeah.
I know that's another issue I have with it. If he's dead, probably means he's been shot and he has a wound, therefore his body can't function.
Did Halsey want him to die in the first place when Cortana took him over?
Apparently.
Yeah.
Bring you in dead or alive, they were the orders.
Well, no,
The order was to bring him in alive.
No,
yes,
but the Black Spartan said the orders would bring you in dead or alive.
No, in this
They got
episode
that
it's dead
wrong.
alive, but previous episode it was explicitly alive. They're contradicting, they're even gaslighting between episodes, right?
Yeah.
They're that inconsistent.
There you go. That adds to your course correction theory that there's so many inconsistencies that the thing's just been torn apart and restitched back together.
I'm wondering.
Like a pet cemetery.
And so, massive inconsistency. Like, before, Cortana could just hijack his brain, shut him down. She even hijacked his body and she was controlling him to touch the artifact in one of the previous episodes. In this one, he needs to be dead to do it?
Did she tell him that he needed to be unconscious?
That
Did I just zone out because I was so bored and not hear that part?
previous episodes established he doesn't need to be unconscious for her to overtake him. But in this episode,
But
it really
he
looked
assumed
like...
that.
I don't know, but she's saying, if I fully overtake you, you will die. And so they're trying to say before it wasn't a full overtaking, but to fully overtake him has to rewrite his consciousness. That's what they're implying. And to do that, he needs to be dead already. Like, it really looked like she was reanimating his dead corpse.
Well, they did that for the show. You know?
So Cortana is what, a necromancer now? And Master Chief is an undead?
Well, I mean, she was created through a black magic ritual. So
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Required a human sacrifice to birth her.
sacrifice.
Zombies would be a cool addition.
Oh, you say that about Halo. Funny. They come in later.
Oh, wow.
I have a headache from how bad this episode was. Like, I try to put the pieces together when they say things, but there's never any ground to what they're saying. They're just saying stuff because it sounds cool. Also, the set, when they're on the alien planet, looked like an Unreal Tournament level.
It was, oh boy, it looked
Very
unreal.
empty, looked very low budget. I'm glad it's over, but... I need cleansing after this.
I have some things to mention on what you're saying about the lines, but Claudia?
Well, now when you say some things sound cool, that's a bit of a stretch.
They're trying to sound cool, is what I'm trying to say.
to sound cool. The script is still very bleh. But
So-
a lot of contradictions in what's happening, the people they're bringing to justice and whatnot, and so on and so forth, and what have you.
There were, I can remember at least 2 moments, there might have been more in our watch through, and we have the recording so we can show where something, happens, and the subtext is like, obvious, and I say a cheesy line just saying how obvious and cheesy it is, and then it's immediately followed by a line that's basically almost exactly what I said, but in the show, that bad. What was one of them? Does anyone
Remember him?
Oh yeah. When the guy comes in, like it's so the
Thanos.
brute, the Thanos guy, enemy, he comes in and it's obviously recognizable, but I like saying obvious things out loud just because they're trying to make it obvious. So I'm like, oh, remember him?
Chief, remember
And
him?
then the line's like, I said it because it was bad, and then they put it in the show like. The writers think people who watch this are idiots.
And they had to explain the clone thing.
Exactly. Like, that was the other point.
I haven't seen the other episodes, and I got that.
It's so obvious. It's like, yeah, clearly it's a clone, but they think the viewers are idiots, so they have to spell everything out, and they give a real obvious flashback to when Holdy's saying, we replace them with flash clones. It's like, we get it. Gosh. The 2 most interesting characters in the episode, by far, was Gungrease Lady and the Black Spartan. There was actually a line which was humorous.
Something like a human might have said.
Exactly. And what's really... It wasn't from the main character. They even give this big action sequence, hero moment, this running onto a ship and everything, to not Master Chief. And the only time Master Chief also kicks butt in this is when he's overtaken by a female AI. It's like they can't let him do any really cool things. Or they tried to do it in the previous episode. So look, I admit that part was disingenuous to me. But this episode,
when it fits a woman.
this episode specifically was like giving a really cool action moment to these side characters and even better dialogue and writing when they were like, would you really shot me? Of course I would have shot you. Would you have shot me? Yeah, but I would have felt bad about it. It's like, hey, that was a good line. It's like,
I'll
and
give it a C.
the Gungrease girl, she's now my favourite character for just one thing. You know what she did.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Why is she my favourite, Nathan?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
What did she do that made her my favourite?
She killed the simp.
She
She threw
that was the other
him.
lady.
Vaulted him.
Claudia actually has the correct one. What was it?
It was the other lady.
Okay. I enjoyed
She
the
killed
suit killing
Mackie,
more.
McKee,
Mackie.
Is it Mac? Like,
Mackie?
I did the Covenant girl. We've all disliked her.
called a Big Mac.
She's been contradicting. I was just, and she's dead. She's gone. She's out of the show. And who did it? Gungrease girl. Love ya. You're my favourite. And the way that she killed the simp was just hilarious. I'm not kidding.
We don't even see it happening.
We kind of...
Well,
We
we
just see
see
the
the
blood.
blood and then her holding the gun, but we know pretty strongly it was her. But when she killed the simp,
Yeah.
whoever's editing this, we got to get my reaction because that was hilarious.
It's finally gone.
Oh wow, that was glorious. that's obviously not the response you want from like a intense action moment. So something went wrong, in my opinion, with the
Chief didn't seem to care either.
yeah.
Oh.
Let go. See ya.
Well, he lets go quickly, followed his own advice.
So the arc with Mackie or whoever is gone is not going to have this going on love thing.
She'll be in the computer of the Halo.
Oh yeah, you're right.
She'll be in
You're
the
right. Her consciousness is going to be in the Halo system now, and he's going to have a connection, and it'll only and the Covenant will try and control the Halo, and then Master Cheeks will control the Halo, but then her consciousness, she'll give it to Master Cheeks and they'll save the day.
Maybe he's in the Halo too. And
He
that's
is in
how
Halo
Cortana
2.
gets him back.
He's also in the Halo 3.
So,
You started it.
No. Let's get on with the story.
okay. So, Mackie is dead, and when we're watching, I actually said, like, oh, wow, they could do something smart and get rid of this character and kill her right here. And they did. And I was like, good. I was actually expecting the Covenant to kill her and betray her. But I actually like the Gungry's killed her. It's even better. I was like, yes.
Oh, man. In Game of Thrones, there's a scene where, like, Jon Snow finds his wildling lady that he loves, and then, like, they finally meet up in, like, the middle of a battle, and then an arrow just goes straight through it, and then he's like, what? He turns around and he sees a little boy with a crossbow. He's like...
Okay, so there's the arc with Halsey, and we've already covered that. Is there anything else, any big kind of moments to discuss about this episode?
They could have killed the Covenant leaders.
They could have.
They're floating there out in the open.
They could have at least tried.
Yeah.
And
the aliens could have killed them while Chief was down.
Yep.
And then when Cortana controls them, then the aliens start coming in.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. There's such just convoluted,
So
inconsistent.
much time wasting.
This show is awful. This last episode does not redeem it in any measure. It's full of just bullcrap. Some action scenes you might get some enjoyment out of, but because again it's wrapped up in stupidity, and especially that Cortana could have saved him at any moment with the gunship in orbit that they had.
Yep.
It's just it's nonsensical crap. The only thing that makes me interested is, again, what do you think? Are they trying to course correct this with, they had a silent master at the end. He's wearing the helmet. Gungry's girl sits down. Is like, "Are you okay? Are you in there?" He just looks over, says nothing, and looks back. That was like the most Master Chief moment in the show so far, and it only shows his helmet. To me, that was really trying to say from the creators, we'll give you the real Master Chief, just don't abandon us. We've lost so much money and everyone hates the show. We can give you Master Chief.
I don't think they're that... what's the word that means you understand? I don't think they're that self-aware or aware of their business.
I don't know, there's been a couple of cases when the creators actually listen to feedback, like Sonic, and they redo it.
I have a theory about that.
You think it was all a marketing ploy?
Yeah.
It would be a clever one if it was. You got to give it to them if it was.
People suspect they might do that with She-Hulk as well.
Yeah, they have more time to improve their CGI.
Yeah.
So let us know what you think. But we're going to go episode by episode. Scene by scene. Scene by scene. We've done episode by episode.
We're going back and watching it all.
Oh, darn.
You're gonna love it.
I can't handle it. Though,
Yay.
I kind of feel like I need to rewatch Wheel of Time before season 2, and I don't want to because it's so bad.
You could do literally anything else with your life before
And it would be a far more useful.
Sometimes you can find YouTube recaps.
Yeah, but I'm kind of tempted to do a type of review on season 1. People have been trying to say that season 1, look, you could say it's a bad show, but didn't have subversive political agenda behind it. What? And it is so blatantly obvious in season 1. I want to do just a full... I'm tempted, but it's a lot of work, and so I'm balancing my time. But just get every single woke moment in that show, and it's full of it. Just it's blatant. Here it is.
Yeah.
We
do have to finish.
The arrogance of men that caused the breaking.
Well, actually... I heard a line of characters say that in the book.
Yeah, but then Moraine corrects her right away and says they were not evil, they were crazy.
No, that was the first book, but I was listening to the third book the other day, and one of them said that.
Which character?
I think it was one of the Red Archer.
Red Archer, yeah. Moraine is the one who says in the show.
Well, Red Archer. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, so there's things we can discuss. But okay, let's do scene by scene.
I just remember the start of this when Oz is like, I want to hear Jen Taylor's voice. It wasn't even her voice. They baited you, Oz.
They're just betraying you right out of the gate.
Catfished by a show. Right. I just want to hear Jen Taylor say previously on Halo.
Previously on Halo.
It wasn't even her.
They just can't help it screwing you over.
I guess the whole thing is a catfish. They say it's called Halo, but yeah.
So, okay, yeah, go, like, right here, right? The Spartans who are wearing armor are knocked out.
Yep.
And John, who is not wearing armor, just gets up. Again, the inconsistency of this show is astounding. It's everywhere. It's like, he was not wearing the armor, yet he's fine. And it's just...
But she climbs out of a ship crash.
Yeah, she survives it. Yeah, a full-on ship crash.
Like, she's not
a
even
scratch.
struggling. She's... I'm back.
And then knocked out from this.
It's like, what, half an hour, say max, between these two events?
Yeah.
Maybe even less? She got rubble on her, and now she's going to go
I know.
crash in a ship, and then they go, like, she's been through a lot.
Like, this show is so inconsistent, doesn't it?
You're stumbling around the halls.
Yeah, and he gets to this room, right? And what's her face? No, so go back, the special scientist girl. She's just standing there. Like, for how long? And she gets it's like she was caught in the cookie jar. It's like, oh, she took it and ran away. That way.
Yeah. Can you help me out of this pot, by the way?
What are you doing? It's just, gosh. And so, yeah, she just kills someone and then, like, told me where the alien ship is. And then Cheeks is trying to run her down, and then he runs into this. And is like, I'm supposed to bring you in, dead or alive.
Yeah.
When-
Apparently.
That was very explicit last episode. It was alive, mate. So, okay, they have a conversation here, and they basically deprogram him. And I felt this was astoundingly unbelievable, like unrealistic. If he was brainwashed to the point where Halsey could just say, oh, the military's being subverted, I'm in control, do everything I say, to the point of, like, betraying the military, that's crazy brainwashing.
Yeah.
And then they can just talk him down by saying, oh, she lied. You were kidnapped as a child, and then, it's true, you were kidnapped as a child. And then he's like, okay. Also, by the way, the Black Spartan, this guy, he's acting very emotional in this scene.
Yeah.
For still having the emotion suppressing thing in.
Yeah.
So that's this scene. It doesn't come off naturally. I do not believe that it could be this easy at all with what they've already set up.
And how, like, he was in the same room as Thingo.
And now they're together again.
Now they're together. What happened? Where was he that time? Anyway.
She was waiting for him to wake up.
Oh, yeah.
He was probably doing something important while she was just standing waiting.
So he delivers this whole monologue with a concussion. That's what you're telling me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's that.
Then,
All right,
then
guys.
they're back on board.
We're all working together now.
They're one big happy family again. That was easy.
Yeah. Also, okay, so Kai's known, right, that she was kidnapped and all that. Shiva's known, so they've had some time to deal with it. If anyone's going to go after her, shouldn't it be one of these two other Spartans who didn't know?
But they're not supposed to have emotions yet.
But they reacted emotionally.
I know, it's
I
got a
think.
contradictory mess.
So my point, anyway. And why does she care? What's my real name? It's probably Kai.
I know.
Oh man,
Yeah,
made a
it's
joke.
from nowhere.
I made a joke where it's like, your real name was Kate and you were born a male. Oh man. All right. Yeah.
So, all right. I was a bit annoyed that they didn't have anything large enough to take down this, but they're trying to basically say that the magical bullcrap device disabled everything, even like higher caliber weapons to take this down. I don't kind of believe it. That like anything of a size could take it out.
Yeah.
Doesn't the Spartan girl take out an engine with a small gun?
Yep. She took the engine out on that ship with 3 shots from a pistol.
Holy crap!
Yep.
But she's the only one who was capable of doing it, right?
Yep. There's another way we can...
We have contingencies.
That's how she looks at the sim.
Like, let's talk about this briefly, right? He licks her boot throughout the whole show, only to have an unceremoniously comical death at the end.
Oh, we loved it.
Like,
That's the one thing.
honestly, I like show. I won't give you credit for much, but for giving a simp that type of end, the end a simp deserves. He was like. you get treated like dirt, you give 100% loyalty, only to be killed off and cast aside. That's the ultimate ender for simps. This is why you don't simp. They don't love you. Don't give them the money. Do not simp, okay? Because that's the end right there. Just to be thrown as a meat shield. They don't care about
And
you.
even then, it was entirely his own fault. Because he's like, oh, look, a pissed off super soldier killing machine. Better whack it with a little
hit it with a stick.
That'll help.
All for a clone.
Yeah, oh yeah, all for a clone, true. Could have just had the clone.
I know.
around.
If he had any sense of like self-worth, self-respect, or anything, when he sees Halsey making the flash clothes, I could do one for me as well. Just you know.
And she's like, no. Okay.
Yeah, that's probably the scene, right? It's like, you're gonna die for me. Okay. And I hate you. You're pathetic. Now lick my boot. Okay. Fuck.
Are we sure that wasn't a clone at the end?
For him, you mean?
I mean, are we sure it wasn't actually him at the end?
I'm pretty sure. Like, I reckon if they had a flash cone of him, he would have been with Halsey at the end when you reveal the real Halsey.
That wasn't him?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, he's dead.
I
He
thought
is
that was
dead.
him.
Woo. So look,
if they reveal,
that is like honestly a remarkably based interpretation of simpery.
You just wait though. Next season, he was a clone all along.
Probably.
Everyone's alive.
Probably.
And someone's going to have to finish the fight, if you know what I mean. All right, yeah, the ship gets away.
And so is Gungry's girl already separated from them because she has to get Halsey. That's
Yep.
right.
Does the clone know she's a clone?
Yeah.
So in the ship, the entire time she's a clone, pretending that she's actually worried about getting away.
See, I'm not sure that was the clone. I'm thinking maybe the clone, because remember, they're on the ship and there's a small little
Escape
part
pod.
where they look into the next door and they're looking over
So maybe
something.
she never went into the
Okay.
ship.
Or no, the escape pod. I'm expecting that maybe both were in and then she sent out the
Where
clone
did
to
she
be the
go?
version. I'm thinking she might have been hidden on
A
the escape
different
pod again.
escape pod?
Yeah, or something like that. Yeah, that's right. Something. You're right, they don't fully explain it because let's think about it.
Because it makes no bloody sense.
Because
No.
if they tracked everyone from the escape pod who left, they probably would have found her as well. Unless
Yeah.
she was hidden on the
They
escape
followed
pod.
her from multiple sides.
So yeah, like the escape pod lands, she sends the clone out and she stayed on the thing hidden, and then they leave it alone at some point and then she gets out? Maybe.
This is a real Captain America moment, isn't it?
It was a bit. I was a bit annoyed that they gave it, like, actually, now I'm not. I like this. She's the best character in the show at the moment. So, yeah, but this honestly should have been a moment for Master Cheeks, but you say, no, he wanted to go after the Covenant Girl. It means what you could have done, the Covenant Girl gets away, what do I do now? Halsey's trying to get away, then he goes it, and you could have given this moment to Master Chief. But no, it's like, they don't want to, you know.
He already knows his name, so.
It'd be funny if she's like, what's my name? Your name's Myrtle. I changed it as a kindness to you.
Her name is Latrine.
Latrine.
Yeah, used to be.
Oh, man.
Robin Hood Men in Tights. I love it.
Okay.
Have you seen that scene?
No.
It's
I've
like-
seen the movie.
So the witch, her name is Latrine, and the Sheriff of Nottingham is Latrine. That's an odd name. I gave it to myself. Really? Why would you give yourself a name? Used to be SHIT House. That is like, it's a good change. It's a good change. Back when movies were funny.
Now they're funny for a different reason.
Yeah, because they're bad.
Yeah. So, yep, the...
Ship going down. So could we go back? Is there like? I think we need to play the simp death. just brief because it is hilarious.
Okay, so it'll be
Back a bit.
before this.
I think.
Yeah.
It's before she.
Oh yeah. So.
You know what's going through his mind right now? Worth it.
I'll do it again, just so I could sniff her feet. But like, it's comical. She just throws him into the ceiling.
Just looking at Halsey as he's about to die.
Like-
I do this for you, madam.
Like, oh my goodness. So you could. I'm not saying it's funny. Like, it was an appropriate moment that I like that. You know, the Gungry's girl's like, no fuss, just kill him in my way. But they made it comical the way it happens. Like, she could have just punched him and his head exploded, and it would have looked more badass. This is just like.
He just ragdolled.
Yeah, that's it.
There was no fight.
He ragdolled. Oh my goodness.
And then
Yeah.
they crash.
They make it so like, oh no, we're going down, what can we do? And I'm watching this and I had multiple thoughts. I was thinking, they already showed Master Chief, or Cheeks, survive a very similar type of impact explosion. And so which was bullcrap. And so the only result in this is going to be double bullcrap. Either she dies, and then it was bullcrap because of the inconsistency, or she doesn't die and it's bullcrap because of how unrealistic it is, but at least now it's consistent because Master Chief survived. And then it's also really inconsistent because she doesn't get a scratch from this. Let's look at the explosion, just like briefly, right? No. Look at that. And yet she got knocked down, could barely move from the magical bullcrap device, which just has this energy, and they tumble a bit.
Yeah.
God.
And he knows, like, oh, she's fine.
Yeah. Not a scratch. Not a scratch.
And then he gives Cortana permission to start speaking. That's great. Nice of him. Very progressive.
And this is all before
That was only the picking.
Oh my goodness. And this is where I was like, oh, let's look at the gravity stuff.
Cortana, do the science.
Yeah. And this was interesting, where she gives the lines like, you must not be John anymore, you're too emotional. I'm doing bad accent.
You must be John.
Yeah.
You cannot be Master Chief. Oh, no, wait, other way around.
You're no longer John, you're now Master Chief.
I know things have been tough. Like hot Vindaloo.
But it was just awkward before. When Chief was like, I felt something with her, like it was different. And then she goes to Cortana and goes, did you feel it too? In my own way, I did, yeah. Like, it was such an awkward moment.
She's literally like, did you feel it too? Did you?
Wait, we need your live comment from the live watching, because you nearly made me spit take in that.
What did I say?
You said,
did you feel it as well? Oh boy, did I?
That's basically what she's saying, though. In my own way.
You were this close to getting a spit take. I had the jewel I was drinking right.
Oh man.
You have to
I'll
cut that in.
Right. Listen to me.
And so they have this big suit up moment, right? And I was like, oh, so they might actually have him wearing the helmet from now. Now they're serious. It's like, stop being John, you're going to be Master Chief. So I was thinking, are they actually going to try and, again, I was starting to wonder, are they going to do a course correction here and have him in the helmet? And the very next scene, I'm not going to win us back. Screw you for even trying. I don't want to see him wear the helmet now.
It's not going to.
Nice.
He's not wearing the helmet. Like, it looks like, and they just show the helmet, and then we get like, so it's still John.
It's like they're teasing us. She's like, oh wait, what?
Yeah.
That's literally what happens.
I'm sorry what I did, Master Chief.
and so Master Chief's like, there will be a reckoning. And then it's like, to me, this is one of they filmed this before, and then the course correction, they rewrite his brain, and they're not going to follow this plot line at all. It's end. We're not doing the backstory, we're not doing the emotional stuff, and again, I get the vibe of the course correction, because they are not going to follow up this. He literally says there will be a reckoning.
It'd be funny if he's like, all that stuff I said about being involved, no, I was just trying to get the black guy to not shoot. It was all Halsey the whole time.
I love it. That would have been great.
I knew it, sir. I knew I could trust you. You can trust me. I'd never betray you.
But see, now, if they do the course correction and this brain rewriting thing makes Master Chief only wear his helmet and only say a couple of lines here and there, if it comes up again as like, are we going to have that reckoning? No, I get it what you did. And that's it. That's the level of follow through they'll have with that storyline.
Are you really going to shoot?
They hung so much on the whole, you kidnapped his children, what's my name, and everything like that. I bet they're going to just throw it under. Honestly, that's what they should do, but it's just funny.
Maybe she was asking her name because she got punched in the head pretty bloody hard by those two Spartans.
Oh, and there was the good line where it's like, I'd shoot you.
Yeah.
But I feel bad about it. It's like,
And they fly off. And she's
Here we
running
go.
through the woods. And
and then they capture her.
Yeah.
No, they don't. They capture the
Oh, good point. And then look at the animation.
Yeah.
Walking with Dinosaurs, 2006. Yeah.
So that looks like a soundstage, and it looks really poor.
Yeah.
Like, it does not look like weathered stone. It looks really artificial.
Also, if this is meant to be a Covenant holy site, why is it statues of the elites and not the prophets?
Oh, good point.
I know why, because those are ripped literally pixel for stuff from Halo 5 where it's an elite planet, like specifically elite, called St. Helios. Yeah.
It reminds me of this level in Unreal Tournament.
It looks like it!
It is!
And 343 have made maps exactly like that.
The graphics aren't that different. Like, this looks awful. Like, look at the ground. See how flat it is?
Yeah.
It's like it was a soundstage that they just put sand over on top of.
Yeah.
It looks awful. There was better sets in Stargate SG-1 than this. Holy crap.
Yeah. And, she covers up her...
You know, she's still in love with him.
Finds out that,
So, like,
control.
this is where I was designed to overtake you. Oh, but I trust you now. But could you do in the future? To do that, I'd have to kill you or something like this.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yeah. But the thing is, so just going back on this Cortana thing, right? I was half wondering, like, all right, they're trying to sell it that Cortana, I wanted to overtake you, but now I've learned the error of my ways, okay? I am a good person now. Yet she betrays him. She lets them die. She could have saved him. And so the narrative that she is this evil AI intent on overtaking him is confirmed in this episode.
Yep.
She learned a little too much.
So you no longer want to take over my body, and then she's like, I'll wait for a less, messed up version of it.
That was a bit creepy, but also
Maybe the messed up part is
you know what?
mine.
She just like once you real it, I'll wait for a better time when you're more vulnerable and I can do it easier, which is exactly what happens in this episode.
Yeah.
I'll let you die and then I can resurrect your dead corpse for myself.
Now, the spaghetti, is it like real spaghetti or theoretical spaghetti?
Well, if the math is correct, it would be like stretching.
No, but is it delicious? Like
We haven't seen it. If that's
Okay.
it. We haven't seen
That's
this
what I'm
happen.
asking.
I want to try it.
If there's space spaghetti, I kind of want to try it.
Yeah. Okay. They're near a friggin' black hole. Then it's just so dumb.
I didn't want you to worry. Oh yeah. Also, this part where so just before this, the Black Spartan's like, "Why didn't you warn us about this, Cortana?" And she said, "I didn't want you to worry." I'm just thinking, Cortana, why didn't you warn us that there's the risk of death while we fly towards this enemy planet alone?
I didn't want you to worry, or prepare, or try and find any way to maybe mitigate this danger we're in. She's evil, man.
Yep. Lost artificial gravity. Going too
But
fast.
nothing's flying around.
Yeah, exactly. They're climbing up there. They're doing like a stretches or something.
Oh my goodness.
The magic. Teeth.
Oh yeah. So all right, let's just rewatch this. We'll have to cut it, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty confident that he's awake and he's
But he
just
looks like he's blacking out. That's
Yeah.
what blacking out looks like.
No, but this is he's just
It's called blacking out because your eyes close.
he's the
while
chosen
you-
one. It's magic. He's just like I know what to do now.
Okay.
And this isn't Cortana doing it. Cortana was completely silent and
But
shut
I
off.
think she took control of him because she couldn't talk to him anymore because of
Yeah.
whatever electrical stuff, and then she went to John, and then just
Hold this line.
Yeah. See, how does he just know?
How do you know?
Just
Cortana.
do it. I don't think it's Cortana. She won't
Wouldn't
all.
make sense. He'd be dead.
Yeah, they don't give any cue that this is Cortana.
Well, they kind of do. The fact that she can't
And
communicate
he's
with him at the
talking.
time.
He
Well,
didn't talk in the last scene.
you're meant to be on my side.
Yeah, we have not seen Cortana talk through him at all.
This might be the first time.
They don't cue it. There's no thing in his.
Well, show don't tell, Shad. You want them to explain everything to you.
Maybe she's just talking in his head and they didn't show us.
And there's no moment where it's like, what?
Maybe he's being
Wouldn't he have
the
been?
artifact.
What happened? Or I blacked out. But immediately after, he's completely they keep it consistent in his tone and his talking. Like there's no Cortana leaving.
Maybe it's the
Looking back,
artifact
I
pulling
think
him
he's
in.
feeling for the artifact.
Yep.
Thanks, Nathan.
Yeah, well, that's actually a great idea, Nathan. Maybe he's like being drawn to the artifact. Great idea.
See, no Cortana leaving, no clarity, no going, what's going on? He's just... I felt
mean,
it.
it would have made smart for her to be Cortana because she knew which way to go.
Yes!
But
Now it's just, like I said, it's magic!
Would have made sense also at the end if he's like, take over my body, and she's like, well, we did it before, maybe it can work out again.
Exactly. Like she already said, to fully overtake him, he needs to die.
death.
So they find the planet.
They find the planet.
Being so spiteful, you want to tell your mother, hey, they're going to execute you.
She deserves it.
She does, but like...
From your own daughter?
Yeah.
Why does she... No.
No, go on, ask.
I was going to say why she hated so much, but...
Because, look, from
She's
what
an
you know about her so far,
awful person.
she'd rather kidnap and raise like a handful of children than her own daughter.
Go back. Oz said that was me when he saw that.
No, I didn't. Yeah, sorry.
What are you trying to say that was?
Because you're in the same pose.
I don't know. It's
Unless you're standing up, you're in the
not
same
a very
pose.
flattering angle from this direction.
No, it's the chair that's really big underneath it. Alright, yep, back on the planet. They watch her get dressed.
And then
apparently.
basically, again, this feels a bit like a course correction where finally they show that these, elite prophets despise her, that we're soiled by her presence. Like, this should have been mentioned at the very beginning.
These elite prophets.
What?
The elites are the big ones with the
I
split
know,
jaws.
I was saying it
They're
wrong,
called
Oz.
prophets San Shayum, okay? That's the
Sand people. Okay,
the elites are called Sanghili.
Yeah.
The brutes are called Jarulhane.
Oz, the prophets, the people. Are
There
they
you
the
go.
prophets, right? So they should have revealed this in the early episodes of how much they despise being in her presence, and that in the last episode, again, it feels like course correction stuff. It's
If
like,
they
okay,
despise-
we screwed up.
Haven't they discussed her while she was not in their presence as well and still referred to her as the Holy One?
I'm pretty sure.
But they haven't put quotations around it before.
But also, if they despise her, why'd they show up at her going away party at her
I
apartment?
know, exactly. Like, nothing has been consistent, but now they're showing we're using her for our own ends and then we'll get rid of her and stuff. It's like, where was that in the early episodes? This is a 180 almost. It feels like a course correction.
Alright. She anoints herself for her own sacrifice.
Yeah, they're basically going to kill her to get their own ends now.
Yeah,
When before they were just worshipping her.
Shad loved this line. Air and ground defenses? No, why defend a planet you don't think your enemy can find?
I think you could just...
Why defend something you don't think your enemy can find? Because you're at war and because they're spacefaring and because they can be found?
Or maybe they're just arrogant and think
Exactly.
dumb
That
humans
was the
won't find
defense
them.
for The Last Jedi. Maybe
No.
they're just arrogant. This is dumb. If
There
they're
are
military,
times in which, if you think something is so well hidden, putting more troops there can make it easy to find. And so...
And they're putting their resources elsewhere.
But Oz might have a point. I could go either way for me at the moment, but I just see the other side.
It's dumb either way.
and then they jump from...
Now, like, do they just land? Didn't they have, like, orbital drop pods?
In Halo they do, and they're awesome. And even in Halo Reach, when you see someone fall out of a spaceship from orbit without one, he's still got a re-entry pack, which is like, gives you boosters just as you're about to hit the ground. Just, you know, slowing your descent a little bit. But yeah, and in every other Halo game, if you fall more than like 20 meters, you die.
Maybe they're like squirrels.
No, they're not. They're in 900 kilo armor or whatever it was. It's like
Squirrels
1,000
in
pounds.
armor?
Squirrels cannot exceed a velocity that would kill them.
Then he would be Master Cheeks.
That's cool!
Wait, what?
Squirrels can't exceed a velocity that would kill them, so they can fall from any height.
So the air
and they'll
resistance
land.
just...
Dude, we should be training squirrels to be audible. You know, the
Orbital
drop
drop...
shot. Give them little squirrel
you know-
guns. Dude, they'd go nuts. To fight their natural enemy, the cat. Oh, man. Yeah,
they just land.
But they can land that, but it
But-
hurts when an alien hits them or when the artifact
You're right.
explodes,
If they
or
could
when
absorb an
the-
impact like that, it doesn't matter how big those brutes hit them with those gravity hammers.
Yeah.
It would not hurt them if they could survive this so easily. Holy crap. Again, this show just doesn't understand consistency.
Yeah, also, the first shot that this Spartan lady fires is silence, but then every other shot afterwards isn't.
The lines when they land were so bad. What is it? Good afternoon. He said good afternoon.
Yeah.
No, it just says afternoon.
Oh, yeah. And then the Spartan lady who shoots is like, no one will ever remember you. Dude!
Why?
That thing probably had a family!
But
Why
no,
did she think to say that?
it shows how bad the writers are. Look, like, a line like that is meant to be bad, but not that bad. Afternoon. It's like...
A funny line in the games is when Chief shows up and there's a little grunt there and he goes...
Boo. Kill the demon.
But it is like...
Afternoon.
But they try to do...
Batman.
But they try to do a Kenobi. Hello there. Like...
Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
But the thing is, that was a terrible line, but Ewan McGregor delivered it so great, he immortalized it.
We didn't even see any of the aliens react. He was like, afternoon, and then shot cuts to the next one.
Security is light. Where is everyone?
So, all right, consistency again. They wouldn't be questioning that if they were believing in the consistency of it's hidden. Why protect a thing if it's if you don't think your enemy can fight it? That would answer it. So he should be thinking it makes sense. There's not as much protection.
But it wasn't lightly defended because there was hundreds.
Then there's like an army just in the mountain
that
underneath.
Cortana conveniently could not see.
I can find out.
She set this up.
Yeah.
She wanted that body.
She wanted.
You know what it was?
Master Chief.
It was when she experiences like, I need this now.
She should have taken over a female body if that was her goal then.
Well,
But she was in his body.
She's in his body. She can feel everything. She's in his neural everything.
Yeah, but for a woman, there's no reload time.
Yeah, but the thing is, she doesn't have that comparison.
She doesn't know that.
Exactly. To her, that's the thing.
She has all of humanity's knowledge collectively in her memory.
But she can only experience the sensation from him.
There's a thing called frame of reference, Shad. Okay? If you can see that one thing is a thing, and it follows that another thing is another thing, then the thing can be the thing.
She's clearly not that smart.
Don't apply that.
The writers of the show aren't. God said a no started bleeding.
And so this was really obvious, and then they again, the writers just had to spell it out, give her the flashback. It's like...
I just loved it how she said, let them look after your mother. She's like, let them look after your mother. It sounded just like that, and it was very funny. I love that accent.
Exactly. Like you wouldn't be able to tell the difference, like, between yours and hers.
My friend, why are you being so mean? Anyway.
What?
Well, that's how you do the Indian accent. You'd, like, drop it into a lower register for the last word. My friend, do you not know this? You don't know that one?
No.
Okay.
You sound retarded.
As opposed to...
Not a proper person with that accent?
I'm trying, okay? I want to include Indian people in this too. Come and walks past, probably a field, blah, 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 and she goes, blah, blah, blah. We've been compromised. How are they compromised again?
I don't know. They're just like they've been found. I don't know. But, and so random fighting action, wrapped up in stupidity, so it doesn't redeem it.
Yeah, they've got gravity hammers, but you never see them actually do any gravity hammer stuff.
Yeah, they just look like big hammery things.
Yeah.
Just the way their feet are connected to the ground. You can see.
Yeah, like a JPEG or a PNG or something.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Wait. I didn't catch that in the thing.
That go back. Perfect, succinct summary of this show.
No, it would be a well of just bottomless.
Endless. Yep.
Send the bucket down.
Simps for this show will just be getting off on that scene. Like, that's the scene that made the show for him. Greatest episode ever. Halo show. Greatest show. Or true Halo. I would watch again. Like, get some standards, people. Don't let them... Like, this type of stuff right here...
It is.
Is this changing?
It did change.
No, it changed, but it does go down. Oh,
No,
wait,
it's on 4 again!
Oh, but then he keeps shooting
Then he keeps shooting.
after
Maybe
running out of
he-
ammo.
Can they reload?
And I thought there was another shot of 4, but anyway.
Oh, all I saw was a 4 consistently, so...
No, what annoyed me about this is like, this was like a, do you remember Halo scene? It's like, this is Halo, guys.
This isn't
Love
Halo.
us, we're so Halo.
But this isn't like Halo. Halo isn't like this. Combat in
I
Halo
know,
isn't
but they're
like
trying to
this.
make it first-person shooter bullcrap.
They did a much better thing. There was a bunch of animes that came out back when Bungie was in charge, and they actually showed Spartan combat, and it was so much better than that because they're just running down a hallway shooting at everything. They're not like, doing bloody
Somersaults.
gun fu. You heard of gun fu, right?
Yes, I have. Oh, yeah. And so just traps happening. He gets beaten down by the brute in the hammer, and then Mackie is watching him, and she decides to betray the Covenant because she loves Master Cheeks. Touches the magical bullcrap device, does whatever they want, and this time it blows away everyone.
Blows them away
And
with
now
leaders.
it's making a map. I said in a previous review, if this device was just to make a map, it is retarded beyond belief. It's not. You don't need such elaborate technology to make a map.
Make a map to where? The portal in the well?
I don't know, but they even say the map is incomplete or something like that. Like, it's so... This device is stupid.
That's why they don't kill the leaders, so they can see it.
I don't know.
Maybe.
And bring it back.
Oh, wait.
Keep the info.
And again, so all this fighting, right, where they're getting their teeth kicked in and everything like that, Cortana could have just flown down in the ship and saved him at any moment.
Yep. In fact, it would have been better to have the air superiority while they fight.
I know, at the beginning. Like, so dumb. And then, she touches the thing, so he gets there, and is like, you need to send me back, blah, blah, blah. And then, probably my favourite part in the episode. Wait for it. I wonder if... Oh, yeah, it's like, she... Blood starts...
He's just thinking, boobs. Boobs are bleeding.
And, yes, she's been shot. And it's like...
It's just like, go back. I can't believe you've done this.
He's like, I'm back. He's like, what happened? What happened? Maggie, no! You do realise she, betrayed everyone and trying to destroy humanity?
Yeah.
You idiot. You're such a moron.
And she flipped back and forth.
She was able to steal that thing all because it was your fault for trusting an obvious spy. And, boom! Favourite moment, I was like, yes!
Thanks, Ollie.
Oh, my favourite character. Oh, my goodness. So, all right. And then they're trying to, so you're right? The explosion grenade thing that was put onto the shoulder. She survived a massive explosion, and then that, takes him out. And the problem is that he has two choices: save, Silver Group, whatever, or get the artifact. He can't do one or the other. And the reason is because if he touches the artifact, he'll go into a coma.
It's not a coma.
You're right. But technically, he would do that. That's not an option if that was going to be the case.
Can't another Spartan just grab the artifact for him?
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, no, because they're all down.
No, but the
How
other one
convenient.
just shot McKee. She's
yeah.
fine.
No,
she got knocked
she
down
got
as
caught
well.
in the explosion.
Oh, well then...
It's very convenient, isn't it?
Yeah. He's the only one standing. It's so... And the other thing, right?
Why? Okay, also, why did she have... She didn't have to shoot Mackie. She could have just thrown her away and grabbed the thing.
Yeah. But I'm kind of glad they shot Mackie. Do it. Do what? Take over my body, right? And again, this was so weird. It's like, what? He needs to be dead for... And what would make more sense, right? You wouldn't be able to do it once he's dead. It would be impossible.
Yeah.
Because he's dead.
Yeah.
So you need to take over while he's alive. And so it literally looks like she's reanimating his dead corpse.
Well, she was made through a black magic ritual.
When a corpse dies, it still has a little bit of electricity left in it, doesn't
It
it?
seemed like...
Yeah,
but
generally, when parts of your body stop working and don't restart...
if there's no beating heart, it's a bit hard to animate your body.
I know, whatever mechanism caused him to not be able to move his
I'm
body.
trying to help the show, I guess.
Yeah, I've made that mistake many times. It's just like, find the halo. We know why.
They still don't know what it is!
Accurate.
Thank you.
Oh, they don't know what it even is, though. It's just so dumb.
Also, the one time he actually shoots the brute at all, out of all of this.
Yeah,
hits him
actually-
in the face and does nothing but, he doesn't try again or anything.
Yeah, just keep shooting.
Yeah.
He's dead. And she just, reanimates. He even got the head on the thing.
Now your soul is mine.
She's a necromancer. And then he is uber chief. He's so much better than what he was.
Yeah.
He wasn't the demon before. This is...
Well, he's literally the demon now because
Yeah.
he's possessed by an evil demonic being.
Now it's perfect because it's worn by a woman. I
Yeah.
really get that vibe. It's just, it's so bad.
Just in case you're not aware, there was a show called Batwoman, and in the show they said the suit's perfect, the bat suit, but then she's like, no, it'll be perfect when it fits a woman. And
I've
so,
seen that part, yeah.
okay, just make it sure.
Take him. And then he gets cut. He wipes him out with ease. Just cuts through everyone now. Cortana does. And this is... From everything that we understand, this is Cortana, not Chief at all. This isn't a merging of minds. Chief is dead. She fully has full control, and she is just way better than him.
And it doesn't even take her a sec. Oh, I guess she's been in this body the whole time.
And the issue I have with this is that it's proving that Halsey's right. that her opinions and what she believes in is
Oh,
right.
if they just got...
Because the whole thing with her
You'll
is
be
that
the
when you
best of
replace
us.
humans with AI and the show, although they say she's a villain now, well, they're showing in the story
He's
that
so much better with that AI
Yeah.
over... Like, these soldiers would have been nutcase great soldiers if...
Shit comes along and saves
And then
them.
the ship saves them. This show is so crap.
Even that shot was really bad.
Gosh, and the set just looks cheap and fake.
Yeah, but dude, they use so much paper mache for that whole set. It's
Oh my
beautiful.
goodness.
All recycled.
It looks like paper mache. I'm not kidding. Man. And then, yeah, they just get on the ship. It's so easy. So easy. Like, if there was any air support on this planet, they would be screwed. Royally screwed.
But why protect something you don't think is going to get found?
I'm just saying, if you're right, Oz, this is a criticism in your favour. I was supporting your argument then. And then... I forgot about this.
We're going to have a barbecue in here. Yes, we are.
I don't know how cauterizing works. I just don't think it's done this way.
Yes.
They get a blowtorch onto, like, skin.
The ship isn't equipped with a first aid kit?
Well, this is my basic understanding, and I'm not like, I don't know much about medical stuff, but if cauterizing is to stop bleeding, okay, just having cuts and abrasions and even skin ripped off on the top, that doesn't necessarily, you just can patch that up.
Yeah, you can-
It's when an artery is severed or something
Yeah.
like that, you need to stop internal, like, serious bleeding underneath.
Yeah.
They just blow torching the surface.
You can skin someone alive and they'll be alive for a while.
Exactly.
That would cause infection.
I don't know. It's just, it looked like really weird. Again, blowtorch down, just...
What it
Oh,
smells
that's
like.
just awful.
But now VLC is saving us from the scene. Oh, no, there we go. Again, what are you doing? It's just... Are you torturing her? I don't know that... I don't think that's a
No,
proper
here's the
medical
thing, okay?
procedure.
Cortana has a taste for human pain now.
Oh, she does. You're right. Because is this Cortana doing it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
Suffer
She's
mortal.
an evil necromancer, man, created through a black magic ritual, overtaking corpses and just wants to inflict pain. Wow.
I'll find the halo and I'll use it against you.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
Gosh. This show, and then there's this weird, uplifting monologue from Halsey. Now, they have shown Halsey to be this horrid villain, and it's really jarring to then have the ending monologue from this villain saying, humanity must grow to the next step and everything. It's not menacing. This isn't like the menacing evil villain talk at the end of an episode to make us worry about what she will do. It's uplifting. It's like they're trying to say her vision of the future is somehow right.
I found it a little creepy. It was coming back to she thinks humans stupid, blah blah blah, implying that she's smarter than everyone. She's figured this out.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, maybe. To me, it just
I
felt...
have to watch
it
it
felt
again.
too, like...
It's the arrogance of commies.
Yeah, it felt too... it was like it was framed like she's got a truth she's approached. She's doing it in the wrong way, but her ultimate goal seems somewhat noble. That's what this framing looked like. And she is vile, this character.
Jordan Peterson had this idea where it's like, you look back at what humans have done, and essentially you have done that. Like, obviously you haven't, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you are just as capable. And so for her to be like, I'm above everyone, it's the arrogance
Yeah.
of commies.
So the book he references is called Ordinary Men, and it chronicles how just the group of young normal guys in Germany joined the Nazi
SS,
regime,
yeah.
and they ended up like dragging out pregnant women in the snow and shooting them in the back
Yeah.
of the head and stuff. And it's like, just if you get caught up in the climate of your society, even regular people can end up doing the most vile things.
I'm
Yeah.
glad that I'm an outcast then.
What do you mean?
I basically am. Everyone looks at me like I'm a conspiracy theorist. I'm happy about that. Well, even, what's his name? Aristotle said, people who see through the lies and illusions of their society will never be believed. Will never be understood, let alone believed. He's right. Oh, sure, but your one's fine.
What?
Okay, Oz. That's what you're just like, okay.
I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to be flippant or dismissive.
You weren't trying to.
But I was.
Yes.
Nobody believes you.
What she said. At least she's honest about it.
Well, that's what you said.
Yeah.
All right, and then so this weird bad scene, and then
Much has been lost.
they don't know. They don't get again. They're trying to sell some type of emotional payoff, and it's not sold at all. You feel, what's going on?
What bothers me is that they're all going on about her crimes when he basically told everyone, I helped her do it.
Yeah.
But
He feels
walking
bad
around
about
fine.
it, you see. So yeah, she sits down, she talks to Master Chief, and he this is again, they're trying to sell this he will give you, Master Chief is silent and not saying anything. See, and he just turns the head. This is the most Master Chief moment in the whole show, though. But you do not get any credit at all for this, for the build up, how you tried to justify it, how you're trying to sell it, happening, everything like that. No. We're not giving you any credit for this. It should have been the first episode. And it's not even real, because now, is Master Chief only like the way he is because he's mentally disabled by some AI hacking his brain?
No.
Before, he was just a stoic, kick-butt character who didn't speak a lot but had these great one-liners, and he still had emotion and connection, all that stuff. Now, it's like that you can only have Master Chief who's mentally disabled. It's crap. Complete crap. And that's it. That's...
Oh, are you kidding me?
Don't give us that. Don't give us that.
Disgust me.
Oh my goodness. That's the Halo show, people. Episode 9, the finale of season 1.
Hopefully the finale of this series.
So, this is one of the worst shows I've ever watched.
Same.
But it's in the reason why I say that, because you might bring up things like Batwoman, which
Or
is
Wheel of Time.
like Wheel of Time. So no, Wheel of Time and Halo is in this different category where it has a higher budget and it's supposed to have had a lot more effort into it. Where Batwoman is just low budget CW crap.
Yeah.
It's a joke that I don't think anyone except the most crazy take seriously.
Look, they say it has a higher budget, but why should we believe them?
I don't know. Yeah, where did the budget go? But this is like, I don't know, one of the worst high budget, supposedly hyped big shows I've ever seen. It is awful.
Yep.
And this is the finale. This is just complete crap. Any closing thoughts?
No. Yeah.
This is really bad. I reckon they did the ending for people who, I don't know why they did this, fans of the games who hated the show and watched through it, and at the very end they're like, we promise season 2 you'll get the Halo TV show you want, but then...
Okay, so you think it's a course correction in
We're
this
not
episode?
that
No,
stupid.
because I think once the new season starts,
It won't.
they're going to go, they'll start with it, and they'll go, jokes, we're going back to where we came from.
We're not
Yeah.
that stupid, though. We're not
No.
once bitten, twice shy. I'm not going to fall for this again. Never
I mean,
again.
they have new writers. I was going to say, if it's made by the same people, this is like why season 2 of Wheel of Time is going to be a dumpster fire. Same people on it, same agenda. They have not learnt anything. If there's new people on season 2, new writers, I don't know if there's going to be a new showrunner, though. The showrunners.
I don't
No,
know
I think-
why any of you guys keep being like, you know what, things might get better.
I don't...
Everything will get much worse.
I don't think so, but I'm looking for any possibility that maybe. But honestly, I don't think that it's going to be. But I do admit there's that,
There's a
180.
possibility.
I don't
There's
know.
where you make mistakes, Shad. There
Look,
is no possibility.
I like to explore all possibilities, even though, and then I give my judgment on what's most likely, and most likely it's going to be a dumpster fire season 2 as well. Any thoughts, Claudia?
Still don't know what's going on.
So there's this guy called John Halo.
And on that note, actually, yes, on that note, appreciate you joining us, but it just goes to show you, because it's so crap that you must always stay on watch.